So we're going to explore some definitions of creativity and innovation. And the reason is that there's a lot of confusion about exactly what these things are. So we'll talk from the academic perspective first, and then as a practitioner in the field, we'll just share with you our bottom line in the real world of this application. So the first definition that we'll look at comes from Ackoff and Vergara. It's in your book on page 13. There's some fill in the blanks, helps you to kind of follow along. So it's the ability to modify self-imposed constraints. And what I like about that definition is this concept of modifying self-imposed constraints. The idea here is that a lot of times the reason that we're not creative is because we believe that something can't be, or we know that it can't be because we tried that again before, or that kind of thing. So somehow we have to be vigilant for any self-imposed constraints that are showing up. The second definition comes from Mo Stein, and it's a process that results in a novel work that is accepted as useful by a significant group of people at some time. Somebody more than your mom. Right? So what happens is Mo is focusing on this idea of it being a process, that there's something in creativity that is a process, and if we could kind of codify that and understand that, then maybe we can make it work better. And then you look at how the academics think about innovation. So the first definition comes from Vihar, and it's this idea of implementing something that's new and add value, which requires many skill sets, usually a team. So Vihar is talking about this idea of actually implementing now so that it adds value. But the piece that's important to understand is that pretty much always it requires more than just one mind, one person to cause innovation to come to be, such that value is created. We know these stories of like the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang story where the inventor goes off in a garage all by himself and makes a flying car. Those stories are stories, but in reality, most innovation requires multiple skill sets for it to come forth in the world. And then a final definition I like because it's just a few words. It comes from Roberts, and it's this idea of it's invention plus exploitation. It's actually making something and then getting the value out of it. Now here's the thing. There's a simpler way to see this that comes from a practical point of view in our work as facilitators of innovation, as developers of new products, as designers of strategic plans. Let's watch a video that kind of walks you through that.
To thrive, any business must do two things well: innovate and then market. Find a way to fill some need and let people know you can do so. Let's review some key terms and their definitions. Innovation starts with creative thinking, the connection of previously unconnected thoughts. It becomes creativity when we bring those thoughts out into the world in some way. We call it innovation when that creativity produces new value. You'll need to be innovative to find the new offer, and you'll need to be innovative to promote it well. Curious, creative thinking is your starting point. Get going.
So to review, creative thinking is the connection of previously unconnected thoughts. It is a neurologic event. So we need to do things to increase the likelihood that unconnected thoughts connect. That's the value of humility and curiosity in terms of bringing new things into our mind. Now, if we choose to bring that out in the world some way, then we call it creativity. Maybe we write it down. Maybe we tell a friend. Maybe we write a proposal. Maybe we create a prototype. Might be any way that we manifest it in the world, but it comes out of our own mind. Now we'll call it creativity. Still no new value, it's just creativity. Now if we work that creative idea and we make it come into the world such that value is captured from it, now we're going to call that innovation. So here's a video where you can see the creative happening occur at the moment it occurs. True story. And you're going to see the actual moment when this neurologic connection happened. You're going to see the person tell some others about it, and then you're going to see the outcome of that in terms of producing innovation.
I'm Jaap van Ballengooien, Chief Engineer for Shell here in Brunei. For the last 2 years, I've been wrestling with a bit of a problem.
I just got a geological survey. It's exactly what we didn't want to hear.
Actually, it's a problem that confronts us all.
We all know easily accessible oil is a thing of the past.
And this is Max. He's more my problem.
Hoe laat is het nu bij jullie?
As far as you can see, are thousands of smaller pockets of oil. The trouble is, as it stands, we'd have to build thousands of other platforms just to reach them. Economically and environmentally, that's just not acceptable.
As Max never fails to remind me.
Welk mooi stukje van de aarde ben je nou weer aan het boren?
He's got his own views on my work.
Je speelt zaterdag. Ik zit op de bank. Maar misschien zou je eens een avondje vroeg naar bed moeten.
Sometimes we all need to look at things from a different angle.
Wat?
Doe dat nog niet?
I thought of calling it the bendy straw drill. The flexibility means the drill can snake through all of these hidden oil pockets from a single offshore platform. And fewer wells means less disruption and less waste. It just shows you that solutions can be found in the most unlikely places.